What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Dove Previews. We've got a massive WNBA slate today. I've got 6 bets. I've got 3 overs, 3 unders. I'm going to take you through all of those today. If that sounds interesting, let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Before we jump into the picks, we do have to recap the last video. You all know I don't hide my losses here. Yesterday, absolutely terrible. My lord, I took the Mystics minus 2.5. And at the time, Paige Beckers was still expected to play. Brittany Sykes was questionable. Then they got closer to game time. Paige Beckers sits. Sykes plays. This line moves to 6.5 in our favor. And the Mystics get absolutely romped by the Dallas Wings playing on a back-to-back without their best player. I can't believe this, girls. So, yeah, that sucked. That lost. Then I had that bitch-ass parlay based on consistent players, and who would have thought? We only hit, 2 out of the 4 legs? Unbelievable. And the most frustrating part about that game is I also mentioned 2 other bets with high potential around rebounds. Sonia Citrone, rebounds ladder, and Alyssa Smith. Her rebounds were at plus money. They both cleared their rebound lines with easy, and my dumbass didn't wake up in time to take those bets. So losing day for me. I hope you did better than I did. It's not hard to do better than I did. You just had to win one. But we are filled with new opportunities. We've got a massive slate. Let me take you through what I got. Firstly, shout out to Props Madness. 7-day free trial. You get a juicy discount when you use the code DAFT when you sign up. This is the best tool you're going to find if you like betting on basketball player props. I'm telling you now, go ahead and check these guys out. They're making advancements to this thing every single time. So there's 3 different sections in this video. I'll take you through the 3 unders first. Then I'll take you through the overs. Then I'm going to take you through a couple of the square plays that I would normally play because everything makes sense. The hit rate's great. The matchup is great. Yada, yada, yada. They're very straightforward bets. I'm not betting any of those because betting square hasn't worked for me, but I thought I'd take you through that anyway, just in case it's something that you were after. But let's talk about these unders. The first one I'm looking at is in the Chicago Sky versus the LA Sparks. And I'm taking my girl Ariel Atkins. I've had a lot of success betting on Ariel Atkins this season, whether I'm betting over on her assists, whether I'm betting under on her points. It's all kind of worked out for me. And I'm betting under 14.5 points today for Ariel Atkins. Got this for plus money as well. Now, she's averaging 14 points this year, but she's only hit over this line 5 out of 15 games. She just scored 20 points against the Valkyrie. And given how inconsistent some of these women are, I just doubt she can do it in back-to-back games. After all, this is a somewhat difficult matchup here against the Spark. She scored 13 points against them last time. And in that game, the Chicago Sky won by 11. That's unlikely to occur. We've got an 8-point spread here. The Spark are favorites. And Ariel Atkins has a somewhat difficult matchup. You can see it here. She loves to score in that mid-range. The Spark, they limit mid-range opportunities quite well. She loves to score in the out of the pick and roll as a ball handler. This Sparks team allow the second fewest points to pick and roll ball handlers in the league. In that last game against the Spark, she was 5 from 14. 14 shots is a little bit high for her. She hasn't been taking that many shots. 16 shots in the last game. I think she regresses back. She's averaging, 10, 11 shots per game? Instead of making it up, let me check. She's averaging 11.7. She's averaging 11.7 shot attempts per game. I don't think she sees the volume. I don't think she sees the efficiency. I think 14.5 is a little bit too high here for Ariel Atkins. So, yeah, I'm taking the under in her points. Getting great odds for it as well. So that's my first play. The second under that we're going to look at together is the Seattle Storm game. We've got the Storm versus the Valkyries. I've got 2 unders in this one. And the first one, we're looking at Nneka Ogwumike. I'm taking her under 25.5 points and rebounds. Nneka Ogwumike taking under 25.5 points and rebounds. Now, Nneka, I bet on her a couple of times. I've actually bet on her quite a lot now that I think about it. And she screwed me over more often than not. So there could be a chance she goes over here. But I don't like this matchup here with the Valkyrie. She scored 11 points against the Valkyrie earlier this season. That was her worst output. 11 points and rebounds against the Valkyrie. 6 points and only 5 boards in 26 minutes. It was her worst outing of the season. And yeah, there's a chance that she bounces back here. But I don't think she will because Skylar Diggins has a wonderful matchup. She's been cooking. Gabby Williams has been playing very well. I like Erica Wheeler to have a big game today. I just don't think it's a Nneka time, to be honest with you. Now, this matchup here with the Valkyrie, I said it's not a great one. Now, Nneka scores 32% of her points are right around the basket. The Valkyrie, best team in the league at limiting points around the basket. They got the 4th best defensive rating. They got Temi Fag-Benleys coming back from Eurobasket, which gives them more size down low to help them out defensively as well. And in terms of defensive rank in the position, they're about average, but they allow the fewest points in the paint. They allow the second fewest points to the pick and roll man as well. So I would say the only advantage NECA has here is probably in spot up shooting, but is she going to take that many shots in order to cover this? I don't know. And I think 25.5 is a little bit too high for her. And when NECA gets cold, she stays cold for quite some time. So I'm back in the under here. Maybe there's a bit of bias in this because she let me down in that last game against Connecticut. I bet her over 16.5 points. She finished on 16. Maybe I'm being spiteful, but you got to be brave when you're taking unders. And I'm being brave today. So taking NECA under 25.5 points and rebounds. Looking at her rebounds, 7.5. I don't like it. She had 5 rebounds against the Valkyrie last time. The Valkyrie, they do give up rebounds, but not to her position. So that's what I'm rolling with there for NECA. The the hell am I talking about? Talking to a cow's tits. The other under I'm looking at is for Veronica Burden. I'm taking her under 15.5 points and assists. Now, Veronica Burden, she did cover this last time against the Seattle Storm. She had 17 points and assists, 8 points and 9 assists. Tiffany Hayes was missing in this game. But Tiffany Hayes is back. And Tiffany Hayes is a bit of a ball hog, takes a bit of usage. And looking at her games with Tiffany Hayes, you can see that right here. She's under this line in 5 out of 8 games, only averaging 14.3 potential assists. Her assists actually drop a lot. Take a look at her assists. She only averages 4 assists. I did want to just look at the 5.5 points. I mean, taking the under 5.5 assists, but when I looked at the points, I didn't like what I saw anyway. Up against the Seattle Storm, they don't allow points above the break, where she scores a ton of her points. She also relies heavily on getting to the free throw line, and they don't necessarily foul too much. She's a very inefficient scorer, doesn't necessarily have the size. That's why she baits free throws, to be honest. But I think in order to cover the 15.5, she would need to have a fantastic scoring game, which I doubt, or she'd need to be good at both. And I don't think she can do both in this matchup here against the Seattle Storm. 5.5 point spread, so she could get the minutes. But at the same time, somewhat hopeful here that Tiffany Hayes takes a bit of usage, Kate Martin as well. I don't know if it's all going to really roll through Veronica Burden. Usage rate, it has dipped off as well. So early in the season, when she was absolutely clobbering this line, you could see here this blue line is calling out her usage. But as of late, looking at her last 6-7 games, that usage rate is only trending down. So she's not going to see as much ball. I don't like the opportunities here to get the 15.5 points and assists. But those are my unders. And let me move on to the overs. Those unders are going to be sweaty as hell. I've been winning a few unders lately, if I'm being honest with you. And even though they win, my God, are they stressful. You don't even feel good after they win. But let's talk about some overs. Whilst we're in the Seattle Storm versus Valkyries game, I'll let you know that I'm taking Erica Wheeler over 11.5 points. Now, this is one of those plays where, I'd like it, but then I probably wouldn't take it because there's not enough consistency around it. But I've been betting players who are consistent with good matchups, who play a lot of minutes, and it hasn't been working for me. So this is one of the type of plays that, you got to be brave to bet. Well, not really brave, but for me, as someone who creates content and shares my bets with other people, whenever I lose, I get absolutely throttled for it. I need to be brave to bet on someone like this, and that's what I'm doing today. So Erica Wheeler, I think she pops off today. Between you and I think she scores 15 points. And it's basically the reverse of what I would normally look at. So she just sucked in her last game against Connecticut, right? 2 from 9, 22% from the field. She finishes with 6 points. The last time she played the Valkyrie, she only scored 6 points. She was 3 from 11, right? So she sucked in her last game, sucked against the Valkyrie. Normally, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to bet that. If anything, I'd lean to the under. But nah, the WNBA hasn't been working like that this season. So I'm flipping that on its head, and I'm putting money here on Erica Wheeler to bounce back. Once I had the bounce back angle in my mind, I started to dive in to see what the hell's cooking here. And this blue line represents her field goal percentage. And she's had, as of late, only a couple of games where she shot real poorly, but it gives us a good bounce back spot. So after that shit show against the Valkyrie, scored 6 points, shot 27% from the field, then bounced back against the Spark. 55% from the field, scoring 15 points. And that matchup against the Spark is not a good one, right? She scores a lot of her points in the pick and roll. The Spark, second fewest points allowed in the pick and roll. So even in a difficult matchup, she managed to cash it. Then she versus the Liberty, scores 9 points, shoots 31% from the field. Then plays up against the Indiana Fever, drops 20 on their head, shoots the lights out, scoring 20 points. So I'm thinking the same thing here. She shit the bed against Connecticut, which is a very easy matchup for her. Has the Valkyrie. The matchup is not ideal, but it's not the most difficult one in the league. I think Erica Wheeler bounces back today. So she's pretty much a no sweat girl. It's either she's not going to get close or she's going to blow it out of the water. I think Erica Wheeler can blow it out of the water today. So that's the first over that I wanted to share with you. The next one, we're heading back to the Chicago Sky versus the Sparks. And I'm betting on my girl, Sid. And if you haven't met Sid, it's Angel Reese. I'm taking a PRA today. Just took the over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I did just want to bet the points and rebounds, but I didn't love the odds that I was getting for it. Getting better odds for that PRA, and Angel has been absolutely flogging it as of late. So this is one of the picks that I would say is a little bit more square, a little bit more obvious to find, but it's one that I also couldn't avoid as much as I tried. Angel Reese has been killing it lately. 5 out of her last 6 games, she soared over this points, rebounds, and assists. She had 30-plus PRA in 5 out of her last 6. One of those games against the Spark where she had a season-high 41 points, rebounds, and assists. She had 18 points, 17 boards, and 6 assists. I don't think she does that, but the Sky are playing without Camila Cardoso, who's away for America Cup, which means Angel Reese is their priority when it comes to scoring around the basket. And this Sky team are very reluctant, I would say, to shoot from 3 as their first option. They try to get the ball inside. So Angel seeing quite high usage. We can see it here in her last game. She had 25% usage rate, very high for a big. 20-plus usage rate in her last 3, really. So with 20-plus usage, she's been an absolute beast. If we look at 20-plus here, we can see here she's over this line in 7 out of 10 games, averaging close to 30 points, rebounds, and assists. 2 games against the Spark this season. Even in a shit game, she had 13 points, 12 boards, and 4 assists. I think Angel can fill up the stat sheet today. I called it out in the last time I bet on Angel Reese that her rebound rate goes from 20% up to 25% with Cardoso off the court. With Angel Reese and Williams on the floor, Angel Reese seems to dominate rebounding. And if you just look at her rebounds, she's been killing it last 3 games, 19, 17, and 18. I was going to bet the over in her rebounds, but I also like the over in her points. And she had a massive assist game against the Spark last time. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's just go the whole PRA for Angel. So I'm on Sid to have a strong game overall. If you don't have access to the overall game, you can just look at her rebounds line. And then my next play, heading to the Aces versus the Mercury, and I'm on Alyssa Thomas today, AT, and I'm looking at her points plus assists, over 23.5 points and assists. And my initial look was just to take the 8.5 assists, but the odds that we're getting for it are absolutely disgusting, like minus 150. The best is 135, and I'm not drinking that much juice. But the points and assists is minus 106. She's over this line in 7 out of 11 games this season, averaging 24 points and assists. The reason why I'm betting on AT is that in her last game, she played 31 minutes. And when she came back from her injury, her minutes were a little bit, how you going? They're not like they were at the start of the season. But playing 31 in that most recent game gives me a little bit of promise that she can get there. That was in a comfortable 15-point win as well. Had that game been closer, I would assume she would have played a little bit more. Regardless, the minute should be there for Alyssa Thomas. She smoked the Liberty in that last game. Up against the Aces today, 7-point spread. And I know the Aces haven't been that good this season, but I think they keep it close enough for AT to get a full run. Clear Copper is back, and that hasn't slowed AT down at all. If anything, it's propelled her to new heights. Alyssa Thomas just being an absolute baller. She's been a hooper. I like the matchup here against the Aces too. We can see here 7 out of the last 8 forwards have gone over their points and assist line against the Aces. It's a very weak spot for them. They're playing Kia Stokes, who doesn't really pose a threat offensively or defensively. It's a good matchup for pick and roll ball handlers. It's a good matchup if you like scoring in the paint. It's a good matchup if you like getting assists. The Aces allow the most assists. They allow the most points in the paint. It just screams out for Alyssa Thomas to really be the juggernaut on offense here for the Phoenix Mercury. So this bet's a little bit square as well, but it was another one that I couldn't really get away from. So those are my 6 bets, but don't go anywhere because I've still got my square bets for you. These square bets are ones that I would normally target and bet on because they're such straightforward. And as I take you through them, I guess you'll see why I like them. But I'm not betting them because that style of betting has absolutely dragged my bankroll through the mud as of late. But wanted to share it with you anyway. There could be some value in it still. Just because I'm not betting on it doesn't mean you don't have to. So it could be the day where I would have been right. But before I jump into those, I ask that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment down below. For the algorithm, we're going to push this content shit along. Haven't gathered many new subscribers as of late, but I get it. I haven't made too much content. So help your boy out. The next milestone is for us to get to 30,000 subscribers. Let's go. The first one that we're looking at, though, in terms of square bets, we head over to the Sky and the Sparks, and it's Kelsey Plum. I like her points, and I like her assist line. But for some reason, right, and this is why I'm not betting it, because it seems awfully suspicious. Kelsey Plum's points line as of late has been at a 20.5, and her assist line has been at 5.5. She's up against the Chicago Sky. We're not expecting a blowout here. She's got the perfect matchup to get assists, and she's got the perfect matchup to score points. But her points line's down to 18.5, and her assist line is down to 4.5. So her points and assists should be money. Like, she just had 25 points and assists against the Chicago Sky, and they lost that game by 11. They're favorites to win here, so you'd assume Kelsey Plum's going to play better. Her teammates will play better, so she should get more assists as well. Like, all signs point to an over here for Kelsey Plum. They're terrible at defending the pick and roll. They're terrible at defending above the break. If you look at her assists, they're terrible at where she likes to dime up. Like, it all makes so much sense. She's had 2 games against the Sky this season. In those games, 28 and 20 points, assist-wise, 8 assists and 5 assists. Like, this just looks too good to be true. So it's a very square bet. It was easy for me to find. It might be a popular play that's out there. I wouldn't know. But what I'm saying is it looks fantastic, and I'm not betting it because it looks too good to be true. Something's in the waters here. So that's the first one. We got Kelsey Plum. Now, in the same game, Azurá Stevens, where's my girl? Over 13.5 points. Now, her points line, 13.5. Great matchup here against the Sky. Don't play defense. Missing their starting center. Look what she's done against the Sky this season. 24 and 21 points in the 2 games against the Chicago Sky. Points line is only 13.5. Azurá Stevens has had 2 back-to-back games scoring 20-plus points, but the points line's at 13.5 in a game that's close enough for her to see a full run of minutes. Another one of those, what the fuck is this line type of bets. It makes sense to go over, but again, it's too good to be true. I feel like someone's going to snatch me up and put me in their van. But the next one, we've got Skylar Diggins from the Seattle Storm. And Skylar Diggins, points line's at 18.5, over this in 10 out of 6 games, over this in her last 4 games, over this in her last game against the Valkyrie with 21 points, where she only shot 44% from the field. Like, this one screams like an easy over, not an easy over, but an obvious over. 18.5 points is at plus money as well. So it's not even close to moving to 19.5 just yet. The matchup is good. They allow a lot of points in transition. Like, yeah, it's weird to me. It's strange. So Skylar Diggins, that's another square bet that I normally take, but I'm not going to. The other one also happens to be within this game, and it's Kayla Thornton over 15.5 points. Check this out. She's over this line in, what's this? 1, 2, 7 out of her last 8 games. So if we look at her last 8 games, Kayla Thornton averaging 19.5 points, 7 out of her last 8 games. And that includes a game against the Seattle Storm where she scored 22 points. In terms of the matchup, yeah, it is somewhat difficult, but it would have been difficult back then anyway. So just looking at these raw numbers, it looks too good to be true as well. So it's another one that's easy to spot, quick to find. It makes sense to bet it, but that style of betting hasn't worked for me. This could be the day where everything turns. If these square bets perform better than the other bets that I've shared with you, then fuck, I don't know what to do. Do I flip the script? Do I keep being obscure? I don't know, but we'll see. At the end of the day, I just want to share with you everything that I've got, my thoughts, my processes, and my insights. But that's a wrap for today's video, gang. I do hope you appreciate it. I wish you the absolute best of luck on this massive slate of the WNBA. If my bets today absolutely suck, I'm probably going to take a break until the next slate, the next large slate, which is at the end of the week. Take some time to refresh, get my mind right. I don't know, maybe fuck around with a new strategy or something. We shall see. What I do know is I am stubborn as hell, so I won't quit. and I'll keep trying to figure out a way to make this work. But I do appreciate it if you made it this far in the video. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you cash out. Let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.